Hello everybody, my name is Introvert Gaming, and today we're going to be covering a game called Blessed Unleashed. Blessed Unleashed is a free-to-play MMORPG released on Steam on August 6th, 2021 with a review score of mixed, developed by Round 8 Studios and published by NeoWiz. To say this game's launch has been controversial is definitely an understatement, so I'm definitely pretty excited to jump into the game and see it for myself to see what's changed over this last coming year. Initially, the game was announced for Xbox only, and then it's been ported over to PC as well. So in today's video, we're going to be covering the first 15 to 30 levels, or 2 to 3 hours, and I'm going to give you guys my overall feedback, impressions, the good and the bad, and the ugly. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the game. Alright guys, so here we did the character creation. It's pretty good. It's really... You've got a lot of choices. I kept the default pretty standard. I changed some things on his face. So let's go ahead and name him and we'll get into the game here. Name unavailable. Someone took my name. Let's just do the intro. What? All these names are taken? That's gotta work, right? Okay. So like I said, first 6 levels on my mage. You guys can see it here. In here, we're going to be starting from level 1 as a ranger and working my way up as far as I can in this first impressions video. So let's hop in. Okay, so we've got a cutscene here. Let's check this out.
A black blade shall split the sky. And Luminous will return to sow the seeds of shadow once more. Famine and decay will follow in her wake. And the lash of war will be unleashed. Cries of despair will fill the air. And herald the coming of the undying. An ancient seal will be broken. And an army of chaos shall rise from the breach.
So, bad guys coming out of a portal of hell, pretty much. Pretty standard stuff.
The die has been cast, and Luminous awoken. Before the goddess of darkness can conquer all. Go forth and find the fragments of the gods.
Okay, pretty standard. Pretty generic, I'd say, right? Here we are in the game, it looks like, for his actual cinematic. Yo, my guy looks kind of legit. If this is what I can look like at endgame, that's kind of insane. The WASD, yep, pretty standard. Graphics look pretty good. Pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. Let me get a thumbnail really quick. Okay, cool. Got to get those thumbnails. All right, so let's move on here. Let's get out of this tutorial zone. I gotta say, the archer looks kind of cool. If this is what I can look like later on, it's pretty sweet. Okay, so it's not a tab target game per se. It is more action combat. As you guys can see, oh, we got another cutscene really quick. As you guys can see, we've got my abilities on the left here, on the bottom right, I'm sorry, where you guys can see kind of below my cam. I've got my 1. Okay, that's like a single shot. My 2. It's like a rain of arrows. Okay. 3 is kind of like a repositioning, and 4 is like a charge shot. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna like this guy a little bit more than the mage I played on my first playthrough. So shift to run, yep, pretty standard. Got my health bar on the bottom left. So here we've got different abilities that I can combo with my left and right mouse button. And those kind of open up different combos that I can do. So first impressions just from the tutorial area and loading screen and character creation is pretty solid. For a free-to-play game, this is not bad. So let's reposition here. Okay. Now I don't know if this game has PvP, but I have heard the dungeons were pretty good. I don't know anything about the raids. The game has been pretty controversial, to say the least. Evade is the... Okay. Because essentially they've relaunched this game. They've relaunched the game multiple times in multiple different regions. And for what I've seen online and everywhere else is that it is kind of a cash grab. So it doesn't... I don't think there's going to be much of a future to this game, but I'm still going to give it a shot anyways. For you guys. If you guys do think the game looks cool, it is free to play. So there's really nothing you're missing out on. Like there's no buy to play model. Now I think if you're trying to get into the game seriously, you will have to pay for it in some form. Okay, that's a big damage ability. Okay, Archer feels pretty good. Let's see what these guys are up to. Okay, pretty cool looking enemy. Let's see how hard this is going to be. So I can lock on. The reviews are pretty mixed on this game. And I hope in today's video I can figure out why. Okay, so I'm locked in place with that ability. That's good to know. Seems like there's a lot of animation commitment with this class. He is kicking my butt, guys. This is insane. I am not very good at this game. I swear, as I've gotten older, I've just gotten worse at video games. It's kind of insane. So I'm curious about you guys. What's the very first MMO you guys ever played? And are you still playing it today? Comment down below and let me know what's your first MMO. My first MMO ever was Black Desert Online. Black Desert Online in 2014. There was a lot of hype behind that game when it came out. And then I joined a guild and I played for a couple of years in that game. I had a blast. But let me know below what you guys played for your first one. All right, charge it up. Big damage here. Charge this attack up. Let's go. Yeah, that was insane. That was huge. So the archer has a very limited range. He doesn't really go super far out. I mean, he still is ranged, right? But not as far as I thought it would be. All right, and that is him down. Awesome. Alrighty, so here we are out of the tutorial area. This is where we actually start to level up and play the game. So level 1. We got some bag expansion. So here we are at the very beginning of the game. Like I said, I have been through this, guys. I played up to level 6 on my mage. So I'm not too far behind on this. And I'll still give you guys my impressions overall. So here's my general bag. Cool. So the prologue was like a kind of just an option to see what your character is like before you can actually even get into the game, because I think I was like max level right there with like full-blown abilities and everything. So that's kind of cool how you get to try your character out before you even start the game. I like that. Performance is pretty good. I haven't had any, you know, bugs or crashes, anything like that. It seems pretty solid. I think I'm at a solid 60, so. I am going to be skipping most of the text, so I won't be really reading that. If you guys are interested in that, I am sorry, but it's just going to be mainly the leveling experience in the combat. Okay, back to the quest giver. Gather wildflowers, of course. You know, every MMO, you got to kill wolves, sheep, gather stuff. Very typical for an MMO. And eliminate the wolves. So let's kill these guys. Check out the combat. So right there, you guys can see on the right, I have my combos with just my basic attacks. And right now I don't have a lot because I am level 1, so. Okay, quest complete. I got a tunic. Does it change my appearance? Can't equip. Level 3. I have to be level 3. So I got a pretty good drop rate there then for a wolf. It's pretty good. Seems like there's some RNG in the game. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this game. I just hit level 6 and then stopped. But I really don't know anything about like end game. I think level cap is 60, but I could be wrong about that. I really don't know. Okay, there's level 2. Got some cauldrons. Cauldrons. I don't even know. Okay, so they do change the appearance of your character. It's pretty sweet. Okay, so we're starting to come out of the beginner area here. I think I've got a little bit more I've got to do, but I'm kind of just getting through the questing right now, checking out my skills, stuff like that. This looks like a fast travel point. So if I open my map, pretty big map. Like I said, I don't have anything uncovered on this, so I really don't know the scale, but what I'm seeing here, it's pretty sizable. All right, so now we got to go down. I don't think I have any mounts yet. I think that is a world boss. So I think those are kind of scattered throughout the world and they give you certain items for beating them. Because there should be other players here fighting this guy. Yeah. Oh boy, this guy's down. Someone help this man. Oh my god. Help, level 1. Let's go. I'm a gamer. Gamers unite. I think that's why I love MMOs so much, because it's cool just getting the social experience. And I love when MMOs point that out. So I got my 2, boom. So let's see what we get for killing this guy. Got a pretty sizable amount of health, but he is a world boss, right? So it's to be expected. Oh, not me. I'm actually curious to see what like the most played class in this game is. I wonder who's playing the most. So that's the Wolf King down. I got a reward box. And what else do I get? Handguards of the Wolf King. So again, they do change the look of my character. That's pretty cool. I also got a box. Let's see what this does. Obtained item. I got a belt, an unripe fruit, and a soul crystal. Thanks, game. Thanks for the unripe fruit. I'll take it. Whoa, what's my game doing? I gotta get out of here before I die. So let's put that chest plate on. Oh, I have to be level 3. Okay. So the archer has a bow as a primary, and then he also has a secondary, which is the arrows themselves. So I wonder if you can equip different different effects or statuses on your arrows. I'm not sure. Okay, now we gotta kill some more mobs. Looks like they're called the Faceless Minion, just like regular dudes. I'm gonna help this guy out. So the archer does a lot of damage, but I feel like I'm very brittle, which makes sense, right? You don't want to get hit as an archer. The game feels pretty solid. Oh my god, I just pulled like 6 people. Let's see if I can kill them. Okay, I'm trying. I might die. I might die. I think I'm the only player here now. I think everybody left. Oh, I don't have any more stamina. So the green bar on the bottom is my stamina. And I have to replenish it with this ability here, my C key. Guys, this is... I'm dead. Great! This is what I get. This is... What? Why did I do this? You can do it, man. It's a fellow archer. I'll crawl away so I don't have to get, like... Okay, I'm getting rescued. Alright, pro tip, guys. Don't pull the entire zone. That's a really bad idea. Okay, there is level 3 soon. Coming up on level 3. Got a new circlet. It looks like a helmet. Okay, it looks kind of weird, but I'll take it. Impressions are pretty good so far. It definitely feels like a free-to-play title. It's got good quality, right? But it doesn't feel super out of the ordinary. It feels very generic, very samey. And I think that's a lot of the issues that a lot of MMOs run into is they play it very safe, right? They never go outside of the comfort zone and try something new. And that's how MMOs have been for the last decade, I want to say. So here we are in the skills tab. It looks like I get my next ability at level 4. So parting shot fires a shockwave. So that's my kind of my distance ability. So for now I can level up one of these two. I'm gonna level up my lightning arrow. And then here's the combo screen I was talking about earlier, where you can kind of combo your basic attacks. So kind of an interesting combat system. I haven't seen anything like this in an MMO, really. It's more action where you hold down certain keys or it's tab. It's never like with your basic attacks. But one thing to note is that this came from Xbox and it was ported over to PC. So I think PC was more of an afterthought, but yeah, with that being in mind, let's just continue with the gameplay. All right, so we're coming up on the first town here. It looks like it's kind of being ran over by some thugs or something. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't really been paying attention to the story too much. I've kind of just been questing and leveling up. That's big damage right there. That's awesome. So far, the archer feels pretty good. I played the mage, but I think I like the archer a little bit more. So I think I just gotta kill these faceless thugs. Yeah, I gotta kill 3 more, so I'm curious, have you guys been playing this game? And if you have you been enjoying it? If anybody's watching and you've checked out the end game or you're high enough level, let me know how it is, because I'm kind of interested to see what the end game is really like in this game. So far, the leveling experience has been pretty standard. It's nothing, you know, nothing mind-blowing. But so far, I am having a pretty good time with this. It's not bad. Okay, there's level 4. We've got another stat boost. Some abilities. Right now, I'm fighting this guy, just for the main quest line here. After I kill this guy, we'll open up the skills tab and take a look at the new ability I just got. This guy's pretty tough, though, I will say. His shield's pretty strong. I like how my guy is here and he's not even helping at all, but that's cool. Whatever. Alright, so let's take a look at the skills. So now we've got Parting Shot, and I can go ahead and unlock that. For my combos, I get my next combo ability at level 6. So we'll have that a new ability where you click left click 3 times and then you can transition into right click and do that instead. I think I'm going to level up my Erupting Arrow as well. I've got 11 skill points to spend. I don't really know what to even get. I think I'm going to keep leveling up my Erupting Arrow here. And Parting Shot. I'm probably going to save some of these skills, right? For my next abilities. But with this, I should be doing a lot more damage. New biome here, too, as well. Looks pretty good. Right now, like I was telling you guys earlier, right now, the game feels very samey. It doesn't feel, you know, revolutionary at all. And I think the devs knew that getting into it. Hopefully, I can unlock a mountain pretty soon. Leave the staff repairs to Reefin. Okay, so that's where we gotta go next. Okay, ask for directions. Another new area. Like I said, I don't think I have a mount yet. Let me see. Oh, I got a bag expansion for 10 days. So it looks like the game is free, but it looks like because it's free, they have to monetize it in some way, right? So I think they are making it to where if you want to get serious with the game, you have to pay for stuff like this because this is only for 7 days. So if you want like extra storage, extra weight, extra mounts, extra XP, I think you have to pay for that stuff. And I think that's where the pay to win stuff comes into play. See if we can find our mounts really quick. So stable. Oh, I have the ostrich too. Okay. So now if I go to my hotkeys tab, mount is X. Oh, let's go, boys. Let's go. Look how official that looks. Wow. My guy looks like such a badass in this ostrich. Alright, let's move along. I'm super fast. Holy smokes. This should speed up questing quite a bit. The mount movement feels pretty good. I don't think this guy can fly. Dismount, jump. Yeah, he can't fly. I wonder if there is flying mounts in the game, though. I'm kind of interested on that. So here's a level Undead Gladiator. It looks like it's another world boss. Looks pretty cool. He's almost dead. We've been kind of hitting him for the last couple minutes here. I like the world bosses in this game. They're really cool. And I think you get some pretty good rewards for it as well. With that, level 5 and a brand new tunic. Again, that does change my character's appearance. So that is pretty cool. Pretty good gains right there. This guy looks pretty insane. Got him. Let's go. I don't know what he gives you, but it seems pretty good. So here we've got to kill some specters and defeat the bandits. I don't know where the bandits are. They might be up here. These guys look bandity, don't they? Is that a word, bandity? I don't even know. I'm doing a lot of damage to these mobs. That's cool. Something I just noticed right now too while I'm fighting these guys. If you hold down your right click or click right click, you actually do an AoE, like a spread shot in front of you. Whereas your left click is just a regular arrow. I really like that. That's cool. It gives you some options. Alright, so we just finished the questing. I think we're about to come up on level 6 here pretty soon. Just about. Pretty close. Here we've got some different items to look at. So it looks like you can... There's crafting in this game as well, which is, I mean, it's not really surprising, right? Crafting in an MMO. It's pretty standard. You've got your tradesmith. So far, the combat feels pretty good. It's very... I think it might just be the archer, but it feels like I'm very locked in place. Like when I hit my one or do an ability, I'm stuck in that animation. So it seems like there's some animation locks. And even walking, like walking and shooting, you can't really. Not as the archer, at least. You're kind of stuck in place. So the mage didn't feel like that. The mage, I was a little bit more agile, whereas this feels a little bit different. But still pretty good. Alright, so now the quest is having me go near that giant, what I was talking about earlier. So I'm hoping it'll be there this time. I'm hoping that he'll be here and I can fight him, because he looked massive and I kind of want to check it out. So hopefully he's here and not dead. Game looks pretty cool at night. Can't even really deny the fact that it looks pretty awesome. The giant spirit, it's right here. So let's go check it out. So I think this quest... Should I help this guy out? This enemy looks pretty cool. Oh, they're dead. That did not last long. See, I think this is why I love MMO so much, is because I love exploring out in the open and just seeing other players. Like, I think that's one of the best parts. And I love when MMOs do that properly, where they have like world events, world bosses. I think that's really cool. I think this giant is on a timer. I don't think he's... Okay, here he is. Yep, found him. Look at the size of him. This feels pretty epic. There's no way I can do this by myself, though. No way. Oh, he's just dipping. Later. Bye, dude. Where'd all those players just go? I need help. There is no way I could beat this guy on my own. Absolutely no way. I gotta say, riding around without the HUD on is really... I like it. It's really cool. Usually I keep the HUD on in my games, but the game looks really good for an MMO. I always thought MMOs were so behind graphically, but I guess on the flip side of that, it's really hard to optimize and have a really good looking game with so many players in it, that I can kind of see why. But this is probably one of the better looking MMOs I've seen in recent times. I've seen some pretty good looking MMOs, but this is probably one of the top. Alright, so one thing to note here as well, guys, is this is where I left off on my previous character. So everything from here on is brand new in terms of questing and raids and dungeons and whatever else. This is all brand new. So this is where I left off on my stream. I am coming up on level 7 pretty soon, so pretty happy about that. I like the archer quite a bit. I like the aesthetic of the archer, but I'm not really feeling the stamina management. I don't like how it almost feels like I'm using mana. It doesn't feel like stamina at all. But I guess that's to prevent you from spamming all your crazy attacks all the time. But it doesn't really make any sense because they're on cooldowns. So I don't really know what they were thinking. It seems like it's an extra step that doesn't need to be there for the class. If there's already cooldowns on your abilities, then why would you need a stamina management bar on the side as well? Doesn't really make any sense. And there's no way to level it up or get it back without using my C key, which is like, it takes like 5 seconds to pop, and I can't do anything while I'm doing it. So it kind of brings the class to a halt. I'm not really satisfied with that aspect. I would have rather preferred a system where I use my abilities, they go on a cooldown, and that's it. Or if there was a bar to manage, whenever you use an ability and you bring that bar down and use your resource, use your basic attacks to replenish it. I don't understand why they have both. But that's just kind of my opinion on it. Okay, there's level 7. Got some more health. I also got some new arrows. Awesome. I've also got half the zone pulled on me, apparently. See, that skill unavailable due to insufficient resources. So I have to wait until that resource gets replenished with that ability. And it brings the class to a complete halt. So that's one of my critiques with the combat so far, I'd say, is why have cooldowns and a stamina management bar? Why not just one or the other? Got an enormous mole cricket. That's a great thing. An enormous mole cricket. Who even thought of that? I will say though, the enemy design is really good and varied so far. I haven't seen like the same two mobs, the same two enemies. He just reset. Are you kidding me? So yeah, I am pretty happy with that. Just on my impressions so far, the game, to me, feels just like some pretty mindless fun. It doesn't feel like there's any real future in the game. It just feels like it's a game you'd play to kill some time. It doesn't feel like there would be any real substance to the game after you've hit your end game content. And I think I say that because they've released the game so many times and it's failed so many times that I feel like there's no real commitment to their titles. I feel as though it's gonna die off pretty soon. I've already seen numbers on the charts on Steam and they've already dropped off drastically, which is, I mean, it's to be expected for any game. You've got the hype of the launch and then it kind of dies out, but I don't think the game really has any future to it. It just feels very bland. Bland is probably the best thing I could describe for it so far as bland. Okay, just at level 8, got a new weapon. Awesome. Hopefully I can start doing some more damage. So I'm actually curious as to when I get like my first dungeon or my first instance. In most MMOs, it's around the first 10 levels. So I assume I'm coming up on it pretty soon. So we'll have to see what happens. So here I was just checking out the matchmaking, I guess. And you've got these different stuff here. So Holy Trial level 5, I didn't even notice. The game didn't even tell me, it just unlocked. And then I got the Emperor of Roots at 7. So let's queue up with that and then let's check that out. So I think I can matchmake while I play, which is awesome. I love that feature. Any MMO that forces you to stay still and not do anything while you're queuing is not good. Okay, that was pretty quick. So that tells me that the game is pretty alive right now. I feel as though there's some pretty decent player base if I can matchmake that quick. But I think it was just one person, right? I don't think it was... Yeah, just this one guy. Another thing I'm curious about is if it's the Holy Trinity, you know, your tank, DPS, healer, I don't know. But let's see how this goes. So it's pretty much up to me to DPS this guy down. Okay, I need to watch my health here. Got a lot of health. Hopefully I can get some pretty good stuff for this. Okay, charging my attack up. Get some pretty big damage in. I don't know if we should be killing these mobs or not. I'm assuming we are. I don't have any AoE abilities, so... Okay, so those give them health back. If you don't kill those things, they give them health back. Okay. Nice. That's the Roots guy dead. Cool. So what do I get for that? Anything good? Oh, here's a chest right here. Okay. Okay, got a new bow. S rank. Sick. Okay, cool. So that was the first dungeon. There is one at level 5, but I think I'm going to skip through it for now. I don't think it's going to be anything of super importance. So, sweet. So there is dungeons, that's confirmed. Looks like I'm coming up on another world boss. I want to definitely get on this. I think this is my favorite part about the game, is the developers embracing the MMO aspect. I really love these fights. This is really awesome. Definitely one of my favorite parts about the game. It's just a spectacle to see all these players here. I love that. Oh my, I just lost like half my health right there. That was insane. So there is a cooldown on your potions, 34 seconds a pop. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure if I agree with that or not. I'm really curious to see what the melee feels like in this game. I wonder how different it is compared to the ranged, because all I've played is the ranged classes. I haven't even touched like the actual physical DPS, like the actual, what's the word I'm looking for? Like just regular DPS. Melee. Melee. Oh, goodness. See if somebody can maybe get me up. I just got destroyed. To Snippo, you absolute legend. Thank you so much. So we've got him down to about 65% health here. He's definitely pretty tough. I'm gonna keep my distance. I don't like how the health pots are on such a long cooldown. Damage here, damage. Let's go. Oh, I missed it. Bummer. Another thing that I like about this game is the damage numbers. They're really satisfying to look at. The 234, 97, 95, 97. I like that. It's pretty awesome. Okay, we've got him down to half health, so pretty good. Doing some pretty good damage to him now. I think more players joined in, so... Oh boy, that hurt. I feel like a tissue paper as an archer. I do not feel very good. Okay, that was my last health pot. We're down to 10% health here. I'm kind of nervous. I don't want to die. I really don't. I used all my health pots in this guy. He does really big damage if he hits you with it. It's kind of scary. I'm waiting till he gets in my range here so I can... Oh, it went off. Never mind. Okay, he's almost dead. Should have him here. This is really awesome. I actually really enjoy this fight. I should pick this guy up and be good. Almost dead, 3%. Don't get hit by rocks. Got him. That was awesome. Seeing all the players here is a big sight to behold. I don't know how I heal people. Oh, they're already healing them. Okay. Yeah, really good fight. That was really awesome. I really liked that. I liked seeing all the players and the telegraphed abilities. That boss fight was really cool. I like that a lot. Whoa, big guy here. Okay, I didn't expect this. This is pretty sweet. The enemy designs are really well done in this game. I will give them that. I've definitely seen worse. The archer's combat does feel really good. Again, it's just the flow between my cooldowns and my stamina bar is really, it kind of slows the class down a lot. And the combat does feel a bit clunky. Again, I don't know if that's just a ranged thing or if it's just the entire game itself. I really don't know. But every button I press, I am locked in place. So I'm actually really curious about the future of the game itself. I don't know how long it's really gonna last. I'm really interested. Okay, this guy's about dead. Got him. Okay, should see summoning some ghosts, it looks like. Again, the cutscenes are pretty good. I've definitely seen worse in an MMO, but some are better than others. Some cutscenes are better than others, but they've definitely put a lot of work into the cutscenes in this game.
The breach has been sealed.
Alright guys, so those were the first couple levels and hours of experiencing the game from the first time. Overall, the game is very solid for a free-to-play title. I am pretty impressed. If you guys are interested in the game, feel free to pick it up. There's nothing to lose. The only time you might end up hurting yourself is if you get to the later game and you need to start paying for stuff like baggage space and inventory or level boosts, because I feel like the game is pretty pay to win. I haven't checked out the store too much in this video, just the leveling aspect, but I can tell by the costume sets and the baggage space and everything that I feel like they're going to try and make you pay for certain things in the game to progress. So what are some of the goods in the game? The MMO experience is by far probably one of the best aspects. Playing with other players and playing with the world bosses and the dungeons is why I play MMOs. That's the single reason why I play MMOs, is to engage with other players and try out the game. So that's one of the biggest positives I can give the game. The other big positive I can give is that it is free. So if you guys want to check it out, you can. There's no harm, no foul. If you guys want to check it out, go ahead. It's on Steam. Nothing, like 20 gigs. Test the game out and play it for yourself. The other couple things that I do like about the game are the graphics and the overall design of the game. I do like the enemy design, the graphics, the textures. For an MMO, I think it is really well done. And the world does feel really good. And like I said earlier in the video, the MMO genre is very behind in graphics, but I think they're starting to catch up now. So those are my overall positives on the game. The iffy stuff, it is generic. Not really anything revolutionary about the game, I can say. It does feel very samey. Towards the end of my gameplay, I was getting really bored. You know, run to A to B, kill wolves, gather, dungeon, and then just rinse and repeat. The combat from the mage to the archer does not feel very good. The combat, and I think they reworked it like 2 or 3 times. The combat definitely needs work again. I don't like how it locks you in place, and that could just be a ranged character issue. I'd be curious to maybe test it out again with, you know, like a berserker or a warrior. But the combat feels slow, unresponsive, and overall not very good. And the bad aspects are, for me, the pay to win aspects. Having to pay for baggage space, having to pay for convenience items is a no-go for me. I don't like having that in MMORPGs. And that is the devil's advocate too. It is free. So, I mean, you're paying to play for the game for free. And that's why I recommend maybe just playing, killing some time, having some fun, playing it casually. Because I think when you get to the end game, you are going to have to start paying for stuff. So that's one of my biggest issues, is that it is free, pay to win. The other thing that ties into that is the life expectancy of the game. I don't know how long the game's going to last. The developers of this game are notorious for not sticking with their projects and shutting the game down. So I think that's one of the biggest issues too, is I don't think the game's going to last very long. I personally could be wrong about that, but I think that's where the game's heading. And last but not least, for the bad, is the feel of the game and the content. I don't think the game has that great of content aside from the questing and the dungeons. I don't even think the game has any raids. If there is raids, please comment below and let me know, but I don't think there is any real substantial endgame content. I think the game's gonna last out of Steam maybe a year, and then not even, and then maybe just end up shutting down again. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see what the population is in the next year or so. But with that being said, those are my goods, meh, and the bad. If you guys are interested in my content, feel free to come check me out. I'm going to be posting videos weekly, a couple times a week on different MMORPG gaming videos, news, first impressions. So if you guys like, feel free to subscribe. Hit that bell button for my notifications. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next video.